Good evening, Soldier Boy here, and welcome to, fingers crossed this works, welcome to Assassin's Creed Syndicate for the start of the DLC, the Jack the Ripper DLC. Now, we were meant to do this in the last daytime live stream we had, which was Friday morning, and it turned out I hadn't actually downloaded it. I thought I had, but it hadn't downloaded, so we couldn't do the DLC Friday morning. So, we have got 2 evening streams planned for this week, see how much we get done. Obviously, if it takes more, it takes more. But today, we are going to start it. That is the plan. I hope everyone's week has started well. As long as this works, mine will be... Well, it hasn't started well, but at least it might get better. But yeah, I hope everyone's week's been good. I hope everyone had a good weekend. As I say, we've got only evening streams this week because of summer holidays. If you haven't seen the scheduled video that went live yesterday, we've got Syndicate DLC today, Genshin Impact tomorrow evening, Syndicate DLC again Thursday evening, and then Detroit subscriber special Saturday evening. I'll catch up with chat in a second. I can't read it while I'm filling the YouTube side, so bear with me and I will catch up. But we've got about 2 hours this evening. We're going to see how much we can get done. We've got a brand new thumbnail I'm just sorting out. Yeah, it's been a really... how do I say it? Bad start to the week. I was meant to have an appointment today, and so I'm trying to type at the same time. So I got there for the appointment time. The person was 10 minutes late. Whatever. That's one of those things, I suppose. And then during the appointment, after saying there were some issues with the appointment and all the bits and pieces, she says, if you stay on hold, I'll come back to you. I was on hold for an hour, and she never got back to me. An hour before I gave up and said, nope, I'm not doing this. Rang my insurance and went, this is ridiculous. And I've yet to hear back from her. She was said, if I can't reach you on the video app that we were using, then I'll give you a ring. So, I was expecting a phone call at some point today and got nothing. It's always a good start to the week when you have an appointment you waited for ages and ages for. When you finally get it, it doesn't go to plan. Good evening, Teddy. How are you? Good evening, Godkey. How are you? Good evening, High Dusk. How are you? Started right when I got in the house. We haven't beaten the Valhalla DLC yet, no. I haven't managed to schedule it in for this week. My plan is to try and look at it next week because I wanted to get the Syndicate DLC started. We were due to start this Friday morning, and obviously we had issues. Good evening, Cass. How are you? We had issues doing it Friday morning, so I've kind of focused on it more, if that makes sense. We started 3 minutes ago, Cass. So yeah, for your timings, yes, you're actually early for once. Let me just check the sound. Does mean you'll hear double voice. Yeah, that's all good. I'm not going to tweet or anything, we're going to crack on. I want to see as much of the DLC as possible. It is definitely installed, I checked it earlier for a second time. But yes, so we haven't finished the Valhalla DLC, we will go back to it. I just wanted to focus on Assassin's Creed Syndicate's DLC just because of what happened Friday morning, to be fair. Thank you all very much for the likes as well, very much appreciated. Great was suffering from an illness for the past 3 days, completely your off days and tomorrow you've worked. That's never good, Cass. It's never good to be sick for your days off, is it? That's never a good thing. A bit. Now, we do every game we do as best as possible blind. And I've always been completely honest. If I remember anything, I'll say it at the time, or I'll say, I've played this before, but I don't remember very much, and then we'll get into it and I'll go, oh yeah, I know this. I've never done the Jack the Ripper DLC. I was thinking about this earlier. I have never looked at the Jack the Ripper DLC. So this is completely blind. I've got no idea what's in store for us. I know there's a set of trophies. Again, we don't look at those until later on. But yeah. If my history serves me right, though, Jack the Ripper was after Evie and Jacob Frye. Thinking of the time period that Evie and Jacob Frye were based in, I'm pretty sure Jack the Ripper was after that. So I don't know who we play. could be interesting. I don't know how far after, to be fair. People are getting sick back to back, so it's like, oh really, Cass? That's never good. Right, let's get into it. I've never noticed that music before. But there we go. Jack the Ripper is basically the sequel to the main story. That'd be interesting then. Okay, let's have a look. I'm assuming there'll be a bit of story that starts off, would be my assumption. Why is it coming back to this screen? Loading additional content. That's never good when it does that. So I've never loaded into the Jack the Ripper DLC, but I made sure it was installed this time. What's it? Okay, that was weird. Ah, who is this? They ruined Jack's character, in my opinion. You probably love him, but you also get new moveset and weapons, but stories have ruined Jack the Ripper very far early on. However, Jack the Ripper is well voice acted. Okay. To be honest, how can you ruin Jack the Ripper considering what he did? We're starting it for the first time now, Cass. Yeah, I don't know how you'd like a character that did what he did. Unless there's a whole different side they've used. Which I doubt. So is that Jack the Ripper? Was that who? That's obviously who we play as. You do like Evie's new outfit. Oh, nice. New outfit. Oh, she's going to have an outfit in this. So Evie and Jacob are in the Jack the Ripper DLC then. I wasn't sure about timings because of when they were set and when this is meant to be set. Are you downside to PS4? Load times. But yeah, I to be fair, I've been looking forward to the stream all week, just all day, just because I needed something to take my mind off this morning. The downside, not streaming during the day now, or for this couple of weeks anyway.
For 20 years, after the assassins defeated the Templars in London, the city enjoyed a certain peace until the Autumn of Terror. I'll
answer your question in a second, Gorky. I just want to listen to this first.
London is plunged into shadow and fear by a series of gruesome and unsolvable murders. The brothels of Whitechapel seem warm and safe by comparison to its streets, where prostitutes are being mutilated and left on grotesque display for the world to ogle. Jacob Frye hunts the elusive killer to bring an end to the terror of Jack the Ripper.
Oh wow, Jacob Frye is hunting Jack the Ripper.
Get a move on, Mr. Finch. This is the story of a lifetime.
Mr. Weaversbrook, I know you have more of the Ripper's letters.
I told you to stay away from me.
Stop publishing his letters. You've turned an unknown miscreant into a legend, and that's exactly what he wants.
Jacob! Thank God I found you. It's the Ripper. He's done it again.
I think Jacob's aged pretty well, to be fair.
Katie! Oh, he can't. No, he can't have. And Lizzie. Not both. Not in one night.
Nellie, remember what I said. Now go.
Well, that's definitely a start off.
Assassins must die before you see the truth.
Only one more, Jack.
You should have believed, Jacob.
Okay.
Now, I will hunt you down.
So that's Jack the Ripper, would be my guess.
I know you're there, Jack. The Master of Terror.
Right, let me just pause it for a second so I can catch up on chat quickly, but then we'll crack on. God of War series soon? I don't know, because we've got the Ghost of Tsushima, haven't we, to do first? That's next, after the summer holidays finishes. But then it's down to you guys. If after you finish Ghost of Tsushima you guys vote for God of War series, we'll do however many we can do. Up to the newest one if possible. I think on the premium subscription, I think I've got 2 or 3 on there, plus the new one coming out. So yeah, if you guys vote for it next, then that's what we'll do next. More than happy to do that, okay? Jacob aged well, Evie ages horribly. I'm looking forward to seeing Evie then, just in case. Evie literally become the ugliest female character in all of Assassin's Creed in this DLC. Oh really? Well, we'll have to wait until we see her. Still won't tell me the new game. No. That's to be fair, I've mentioned it in a stream, mainly because I was chatting to someone in the stream when they were talking about this game that I've already started recording, so when the Mail My Rise series finishes. And so I have mentioned it in a stream. There's 4 God of Wars, is there? I think I can do... I want to say I can do 2 or 3, but I don't know. I need to have a look. Yeah, you might have missed it. I'm still not going to say it. Well, it's a surprise. Okay, let's crack on, shall we? Database, I don't need to worry about tutorials, not worried about that. So we are currently Jack the Ripper. Which one? It was a live stream, I don't know. I want to say Friday mornings. No, Friday morning? I think it was Friday mornings. I think. I don't know. Honestly, I'm not messing around, I don't know. You'll watch it all just to listen to it. Do you really want me to tell you, Goki? If you want me to tell you, I'll tell you. It's up to you. I'll leave it for you. If you want the surprise or you want me to tell you. Right, we are...
I am your shadow, Jacob.
Jack the Ripper and we're tailing Jacob. This is weird playing as someone who wants to get to Jacob, isn't it? I'm not getting too close. I'm just trying to... not letting you around a corner. Yeah, it's weird being someone following Jacob. I remember Lucy Fawn, yep. Oh, catch him.
I will gut every last one of them if that's the quickest way to you.
Fear. Oh, this is a new one then. Yeah, I absolutely remember Lucy Fawn. She looks literally like her now, does she? Oh, wow. That's a different look completely. That's probably written. Can't even guess who the antagonist mobs are. Can't guess who. The actual main story, though, in the main game, wasn't that bad. The story is quite well done in terms of what the whole point of it was, to be fair. I wouldn't say it was poorly written. I think there's been worse written stories. I don't think it was the worst one, or... yeah, I don't think it was too bad, story-wise. Tutorial for Fear. Jack's terror over London is based on his use of fear. One of Jack's fear tools is the brutal takedown. Performing a brutal takedown to its bitter end will frighten any opponent witnessing it. Hold square in the same conditions as a classic assassination to start a brutal takedown. Okay. It's weird playing the bad guy. Because even in Rogue, we weren't the bad guy. Not really. Because he was doing it for the right reasons. We're actually playing a bad guy. It's quite weird. Right. Brutal takedown. Even the police are scared. That is brutal, to be fair. Yeah, that's proper brutal. The amount of he just did. How many stab wounds was that?
I will catch you.
I'm trying to chase Jacob. That was a lot of stab wounds.
I need only follow your scent, the scent of a wounded animal.
As it stands, we don't know why Jack the Ripper's after Jacob, do we?
There is nowhere you can hide from me.
Okay. Enemies react to the Ripper's terror in 3 states: calm, anxious, or frightened. Fear actions make enemies anxious, then frightened. You can affect enemies' fear state with fear tools: the death scream and spikes. Okay, what's a death scream? That's suppose we're about to find out. Inhale deeply and then release to scream. Oh wow. And that's a spike. I think that's probably some of the most brutal assassinations we've seen to date, isn't it? Is it more brutal than decapitating someone in Valhalla?
Stop! You want me, Jack? Come and kill me! This is not our way.
This is my creed.
I'm actually got to attack. I've got to attack Jacob. Okay. Jacob playing games as he runs away.
You cannot escape me.
Oh, we've got eagle vision. So he went this way. How has Jack the Ripper got eagle vision? Obviously, it's not all been explained yet. But then is Jack the Ripper an assassin? Jacob went this way. We are tracking him. Which way did he go from here? Left or right? He went right. Round the corner. And Jacob gets away.
To your hole, little mouse.
So my guess is at the start, is Jack the Ripper an assassin or was an assassin? Is my guess. Definitely weird playing the bad person for once though. As I say, even in Rogue we weren't bad. We just had a different view. But yeah, his takedowns, his brutal takedowns to incite fear into people around him. That is brutal.
Going somewhere, Jacob.
Jack, you're sick.
Don't you see the irony, brother?
Jack.
Only you know who the Ripper is, but you can't tell a living soul because it would destroy you and the assassins. No, 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 no!
Jack, we can fix you.
Fix me? I am the solution.
Did he kill him? Did he not? I don't want the cliffhanger, I want to know what happened. So, he called him brother at one point, so that tells me he was an assassin. But obviously something happened. Now, obviously I live in England, I went to an English school in England, and we actually didn't learn much about Jack the Ripper in school. I know a bit about it from films and stuff nowadays, but I don't know that much. I know there were rumours. One rumour was Jack the Ripper was royalty, and that's why his identity never really came out. I think they caught the guy in the end, if I remember history correctly. But supposedly some conspiracies would say it wasn't a real Jack the Ripper. This is 1 month later.
Miss Frye?
Inspector
That's
Aberline.
Evie.
Why exactly have you had me escorted here?
My men and I have been hunting the Ripper around the clock for months now, and we've nothing to show for it.
Yeah, she
There's
looks
nothing I can
weird.
tell the public.
What's the Ripper to do with me? My brother has had me summoned here from India. Can't this wait?
As far as I know, you may be the last assassin in London.
What do you mean? Where's Jacob?
Oh,
Yeah, she definitely hasn't
Your
aged
brother
well.
is nowhere to be found, even as an elusive shadow is committing the most hideous crimes this city has ever seen.
And you believe this is no coincidence?
The killer is selective and dispassionate and has left not a single trace of his passage. I've seen such a talent for assassination and avoiding detection only once before. When I worked with the two of you.
That's Aberline.
That is why your brother summoned you before he disappeared.
You think Jacob is dead?
I dare not believe it.
Lydia Frye's at the World War I
you
stuff.
may be the only person who can stop the Ripper now. Follow me.
Because we did the World War I memories, which... Is that Lydia? I don't know what the name was of the person we played, to be fair. Right, we've got some database entries. Let's have a look. I'm hoping it's going to give us some information. I wouldn't say I'm confused, but I don't understand why the Ripper's got Jacob, if that makes sense, at this point. But then I suppose that's the whole bit behind it. It's not going to give you all the information at once. They did get discovered, but they weren't able to fully justify it due to press and a few mysteries. But is that the truth? There's so many different conflicting reports. But like I said, we didn't learn about it in school. It was never one of those things that was ever there in history or anything. It's weird. So this is the Ripper's blade. This is the knife that Jack the Ripper presumably used to mutilate his victims. In keeping with the Ripper's modus operandi, the knife was moderately sharp, not as sharp as a scalpel, and was closer in size and form to a butcher's blade than any surgeon's tool. Interesting. Because I'm pretty... Wasn't there a rumour at one point Jack the Ripper was a surgeon because of how precise some of the killings were? There was loads of different things behind it. Let's look at enemies first. Jack the Ripper. I'm curious to what it says. So, born unknown. Obviously, we don't know who he is. The Jack the Ripper murders occurred in the East End of London in 1888 and had a huge impact on society as a whole. So what makes the killer the daddy of all serial killers? After all, the murder spree took place over 125 years ago. Several factors combined to help make this series of crimes famous all over the world. Not least amongst them was the fact that the newspapers of the day gave a huge amount of coverage to the gruesome crimes, provided their readers daily updates on them, with the result that Jack the Ripper effectively becoming a menacing media figure. Secondly, the area in which the killings occurred was perceived to be a hotbed of vice and villainy, and a breeding ground for social unrest, squalor and disease. The Whitechapel murderer, in the eyes of the wider Victorian society, came to be seen as the personification of all the evils with which the East End of London was associated. There was also the name by which the killer came to be known, Jack the Ripper. It was this name that had the effect of turning 5 sordid East End murders into an international phenomenon, and of catapulting the unknown miscreant responsible into the realm of legend. Of course, the fact that no one was ever identified nor conclusively solved the horrific crimes keeps the legend of Jack the Ripper alive. I am going to have to go and research this up after we finish this. I don't want to do any of it in case I see anything that's going to ruin the story, but Ubisoft are generally quite good on their research. So that last paragraph, no one was ever identified nor conclusively solved. Is that true? Jacob Frye. This should tell us a little bit of what happened after the main game of Syndicate, I'm assuming. So date of birth, 9th of November 1847. Jacob was born the younger Frye twin to a schoolmaster and his young wife, both assassins. His mother Cicely died giving birth. In 1868, Jacob and Evie successfully wrested London from the Templars under the command of Crawford Starrick. After continuing their struggle to help London's underclasses for a few years, the twins separated. Jacob remained in the city to maintain control over the gangs and reinforce the London assassins with new initiates gathered from among the many orphans and child labourers. Evie chose to follow Henry Green and join the Indian assassins. Around 1870, Jacob is believed to have travelled to India with a few of his young initiates to train with his Indian brothers and sisters for a brief period. He brought back some of their fearsome battle tactics a year later. In 1888, London was cowering in the shadow of Jack the Ripper's terror. Jacob disappeared at the end of October 1888, soon after the double murder of Elizabeth Stride and Catherine Eddowes, and is presumed dead. So, Jacob, Evie went their separate ways. Obviously, Evie went with Henry Green. I think Jacob has definitely aged better than Evie did. Evie looked weird. I don't know why. Okay. Let's find out.
I'll take you to the site where the Ripper first struck.
So we're going to the site where the Ripper first struck.
The journalists always seem to get the word first. We get there, they've trampled the evidence, and next day's headlines are dripping with blood.
Yeah, the face just looks
The few hundred yards
weird.
between Flower and Dean Street have become so dangerous that even my best constables are afraid to patrol Whitechapel at night. Let's take a carriage, shall we? I'd rather not get egg on my face again today.
I'm rubbish at driving. Okay.
What has become of this borough?
You like the outfit,
is a
but not.
of crime, Miss Frye.
Yeah,
Where
the outfit's
terror
okay.
reigns supreme.
I'm not really a cosmetic
Elsewhere, the
person,
rich
you know
get
this.
richer, but here, the poor are living on the living.
You are talking a good 20 years or so, aren't you?
Share a view of Whitechapel is a lair of savages, monsters, and werewolves who hold honest citizens in a state of terror.
The Ripper's terror.
Guess which gang? I don't know. Which gang will be fighting? The East End gang? I was going to say London streets seem pretty quiet, which is unusual.
There you go.
Okay, let's reach the murder scene. Yeah, her clothes look okay. Her face, on the other hand, I don't know. It just looks weird.
That's what her friends called her. But the woman who died here is not the woman I met a few times at the Frying Pan pub.
Then who was she?
I was hoping you could tell me. Go see for yourself.
Okay.
This is where the Ripper committed his first murder. Was Miss Nichols' body identified?
Her husband hadn't seen her in 11 years. He barely glanced at the poor, mutilated woman before he had the gall to forgive her for what she'd done to him. The press reported widely that Miss Nichols' finger bore the mark of a ring. It was forcibly removed, and the same is true for his other victims.
So we took the rings off the women's fingers. Right, there's 3 clues to find. That's number 1. The victim's body was found here with a throat cut and multiple stab wounds to the abdomen. Old blood stains persist. Okay. Time of death 3 months ago, multiple wounds. Can we see any other clues? Ah, there's one here. She placed her hand here, perhaps to rest her injuries. She may have tossed aside her ring at this moment.
What did you discover?
Give me a moment.
She stood there. So we're looking for one more clue. So we think she stopped there and then she crawled to there. So where did she actually die? Where did she get stabbed originally? Ah, there's a mark on the tree. Strange place of bloodstains. Something covered in blood struck the tree. Her ring, perhaps. Well, that's the 3 clues. Alright, so we can generate a trajectory to try and find the ring. We think it hit there. Ah, found the ring. So she threw her ring away. That's interesting. A ring that only sworn assassins wear. What? She was an assassin?
I found Miss Nichols' ring. An assassin's ring. She must have tossed it away during the struggle. A desperate act to protect the Brotherhood. You think they were targeted?
Yes. And the newspapers are accusing the police, me, of letting the first city of the world lapse into primeval savagery. I must take my leave, Miss Frye. I have other business in Whitechapel.
Good day, Inspector. Thank you for your discretion.
So is Jack the Ripper only killing assassins? So that's the first mission done. Always nice to get the first one out of the way. Aberline Associate Activities. Inspector Aberline needs your help. The Ripper's terror has inspired a wave of crime from petty thievery to copycat killings. Whitechapel has become a place of brutal savagery. Bounty hunts closed the fight clubs. Carriage of Justice activities are now available. Talking about other activities as well, because we got the Seasons Pass, there are some new story missions to do in the main game, which we'll look at once we finish the DLC, whenever that will be. I think there's an Indian one, the Maharaja, and there's something else as well.
I'll need to tackle Jack's influence over the gangs in London.
We've got some money now at least. Okay. We'll have a look at the map in a second. We've got some database entries to have a quick look at. You know what I'm like, my database. I like to read them. I like to get the feeling of what they're talking about. So Evie's fighting Karas. We've seen these in the Indian Chronicles story that we're currently doing. A Kara is a steel iron bracelet of Indian tradition which can be used as a devastating melee weapon. Originally, a Kara was worn as an article of faith, but Karas become popular with many Indians regardless of their beliefs, both for their simple, decorative beauty and as a symbol of unbreakable attachment and commitment to a cause. Evie adopted Karas after being introduced to them by Indian brothers, who historically used them as protective rings to guard their sword arms. Makes sense? During her time among the Indian assassins, Karas were most commonly used like brass knuckles in hand-to-hand combat. Interesting. People, I'm assuming we've got an Aberline. We got Aberline. We have actually read him before. Because in the main game we've obviously talked about him. He took forces with the Frye twins. Okay, in 1873 he became an inspector and was transferred to Whitechapel, where he eventually led the investigation into the infamous Jack the Ripper murders. Although certainly beneficial at the time, Aberline spent the rest of his life questioning whether or not his early allegiance with the Fryes was ultimately just another corruption of the justice system. You Indian, you've never heard of the Kara before. Is it a real thing then? It could be something made just for the game, as we know that does happen. Let me have a look. I'm curious now who said that. They are real. It is a real thing. A Kara is a steel or cast iron bangle worn by Sikhs who have been initiated into the Khalsa. But it was a real thing. Groups. Jack scanned the Rooks. When Jacob and Evie defeated Starrick in 1868 and ended the Templars' influence in the city, the Rooks proved to be one of the toughest gangs to overcome. Years later, when Jack went rogue, he had already gained the support of some of London's most dangerous men. He took over the command of Jacob's Rooks. Together they managed to recruit or kill anyone who resisted Jack's power play. Jack trained them to be more effective against the London assassins. The Rooks of Jack the Ripper ran several operations for him, including running security for Lady O's brothels. A few lieutenants reopened the fight clubs, while others trafficked in opium and stolen antiquities from the colonies. There was no end to their cruel creativity. It was Jack's organisation now, and he would show the assassins that their true future lay with him and his creed of terror. So we are going up against the Rooks, the people that were recruited by Jacob originally, and Jack has taken them over. Okay. Makes sense to a degree. A chakra is what we're using in Assassin's Creed Chronicles India. We have been using the chakra in that. But they're not weapons. They're used to protect your arm. And a sign of unity. I think that's why it's a disc. A chakra is slightly different, I believe. Why was it cringe? Jack's gang is basically rogue Rook members. No, it's not. It's not rogue members. So Jack used his fear to incite the gangs to his side. So he took the Rooks under his wing and showed them a new way of killing, essentially. So they then had a better way of defeating the assassins. So I wouldn't say it's cringe. It makes sense. The way they've described it happening does make sense. Let's have a look at the map. Are we doing the whole of London or just some of it? Okay. It doesn't look like we're doing all of it, to be fair. Next Evie missions here. We might as well head straight there for the time being. That's where we're meant to be going. Weapons-wise, what have we got? Whistle. So obviously Evie doesn't use a gun very much, so we'll put her back to her. Do we have skill points? That's a good point, actually. Weapons. Oh, okay, so brass knuckles only is the weapons. Jaw tenderizer is what we're using now. Unless we want to buy £9,000 for the skull kiss. You get a better look at the ring on her arm now, though. So it's not a weapon, it's a defensive. Put it up, it will deflect a blow of a sword. Gauntlets, are we currently... Okay, we are wearing the best ones we can by the looks of it. Obviously, current firearm. I'll buy all the others. What is that one? I just saw something I hadn't seen before. The fire splitter. Spits out more fire per second than the Drake of St. George. Wow. Gear and tool upgrades, there's 2 we've got to unlock. Whatever they are. Skill-wise, so not many skills, and they're fierce skills. Currently locked. I'm assuming these aren't for Evie then, by the looks of things. Crafting. There is 1 bit of gear you can craft. Upgrades. They're the 2. And we can craft consumables. Fear bombs and spikes. Spikes are among the tools of fear developed by the Indian assassins, using it to pin an enemy to the ground instead of either both bait and intimidate nearby enemies. So the spikes that Jack Ripper uses comes from India. More cringe happens when Evie also unlocks a new ability. Well, according to that, Evie doesn't have abilities, they're all Jack the Ripper's abilities.
Mercy! Mercy, I beg you!
Right, let's go to where Evie's next mission is. Streets of London definitely aren't as busy, but then with a person going around killing everyone, I can kind of understand why they're not as busy. I take it these are rooks.
Don't come any closer!
So we can actually use brutal takedowns as well, as Evie. How does that work? We can use a brutal takedown as Evie, although it's a Jack the Ripper move. An interesting one. Hopefully that gets explained. You'll see. Okay, I'm curious now, because that brutal takedown makes no sense as Evie. Good evening, Keaton, how are you? Okay, let's get to the next Evie mission and find out. Obviously, we need to know more about the story to really have an indication of what's really happening. So there's 2 entry points, front door and back. Let's go to the back door, shall we? My mission inside? It is inside, okay. Through the window. Oh, we're actually allowed in here. It's because it's saying entry points. I wonder if we have to sneak in, but not by the looks of it. Right, Aberline. Evie begins her investigation into Jacob's lodgings in the hopes that her missing brother has left her a clue to finding Jack the Ripper. I'm not too bad, thank you. Not had a very good day, but always happy to be streaming.
Inspector? The inquest mentions that Miss Nichols made quite a spectacle of her drunkenness on the night of her murder. Do you think Jacob may have put her up to it?
Bait, you mean? I don't know what to think anymore, Miss Frye. Jacob kept lodgings nearby, right in the heart of this cesspool. Be careful.
I will not fail you.
Aberline is warning us to be a bit careful around here. Right, let's get to Jacob's house, lodgings, place he was staying, and see if there's any clues there, shall we? Now, I think... Oh, we're heading over here. Okay. I thought there was going to be something else to do in the meantime, but I don't think there is. Obviously, there are things to do in Whitechapel. Obviously, the glitches need to be picked up. But the actual activities aren't showing while we're on a mission. So we can't clear one of those along the way, it doesn't seem. Which is different to the main game. The main game, you could be on a main story mission, and yet you could still clear a bounty hunt on the way to it. This seems to have taken that away to a degree. But let's get to his lodgings. I didn't see any viewpoints. Well, the map's actually is all open, isn't it? So there's no viewpoints to do, which is different. Okay. There's our glitch. We're here, we might as well try and grab it while we're here if we can. Mainly to drop down here to do it. I still don't quite get the brutal assassinations. I say drop down. I need to jump, I think, to get that. Let's go to there for a sec. We're passing it. Might as well try and clear it while we're passing. I think. No, that didn't do it. I thought it was gonna. Yeah, I thought the angle we had there was perfect. I'm not here. Right. Let's try this again, and this time I'm actually going to try and get it. There we go. Up we go. I do feel like Spider-Man sometimes when he uses it trying to get away. You did all 32 sequels of London music boxes and you get the best outfit in the game. It's a white one if you get time off stream. We're probably going to do it on stream, to be fair, because I think that's needed for the Platinum Trophy. So we'll probably do it on stream. Yeah, because the aim is to go for the Platinum Trophy, so something like that will probably be done on stream. Fingers crossed. Depends if we run out of time before we start Ghost of Tsushima. Hopefully we won't. Right, Jacob's house. Good evening, Nighthawk, how are you? Okay. Do we reckon it's a mess? Jacob's lodgings? Although we did see him in there, didn't we? There was a bit of a fight. So I'm expecting a mess. Well, it's a bit of a mess. Right, 7 clues to find. First one being this.
Weapons of intimidation. Much like those we learnt to use with our Indian brothers.
Jacob and Evie were trained to use similar weapons in India. That's interesting. When you do, I recommend searching it up on YouTube. Yeah, but I don't... See, that's the thing. I don't search anything up. We try and do it as naturally as possible. So, yeah, I don't watch videos and guides on anything. But, obviously, if we get to a point and we can't find a one and it's all we've got left to do, we may have to rethink that strategy, to be fair. Currently, in every game we've done, we've never used a guide or looked anything up. People in chat have looked things up and then told me about it, so it makes my life easy when I've been searching for something for an hour or something. But yeah, I don't generally look at guides and stuff. But I can understand how difficult it could be to do naturally. A broken pot seems to have been a struggle here.
You knew I would come, brother. So give me a sign.
I want to make sure I get all 7 clues before we actually do what I just... I've seen a spike on the table. Broken mirror, something was smashed on the floor, perhaps a mirror. What happened? So we've got how many so far? We've got 3 of 7, there's 4 more to find. I did wonder what that was, but obviously I don't want to pick that up yet. Just in case it ends this bit.
A letter?
Grand work, the last job. I'll give the lady no time to squeal. How can they catch me now? I love my work and I'll start again. You'll soon hear of me with my funny little games. I saved some of the proper red stuff in a ginger beer bottle from the last job to write with. But it went thick like glue, and I can't use it. Red ink is fit enough, I hope. Ah.
The newspapers printed this letter 3 days before Miss Stride and Miss Eddowes were murdered. It was signed Jack the Ripper.
It was signed Jack the Ripper. Why is there a letter from Jack the Ripper in Jacob's bin? The actual reading of that letter was quite low, so I will read it because I could barely hear it myself. Grand work the last job was, I gave the lady no time to squeal. How can they catch me now? I love my work and want to start again. You'll soon hear of me by funny little games. I saved some of the proper red stuff in a ginger beer bottle from the last job to write with. It went thick like glue and I can't use it. Red ink is fit enough, I hope.
You knew I would come, brother.
Yeah, it's really low volume for some reason on that letter. We got on the floor here.
So much blood.
I'm okay. I'm better now. This morning was a mess. We had an appointment with one of the psychotherapy people to start treatment, and that was recommended. And yeah, let's just say I was on hold for over an hour, and I'm still yet to hear back from. So it didn't go to plan at all. Bloodstains, lots of bloodstains on the floor. There was a struggle here. So we've got dragged, violent, Jacob's blood, we don't know. We're still missing 2 clues. I've got a couple of things to pick up, but I want to make sure we got all the clues first. There's something on the wall.
Last time Henry, my brother, and I were together was in India. 15 years ago. When the photograph was taken, we stood facing a temple of Kali. And that's one of the boys Jacob brought to train with the Brotherhood. What did we call him? Jack the Lad. Reckless and roguish. Much like my brother.
A photograph of the Frye twins with Henry Green and a young initiate named Jack, whom Jacob brought to train with the Indian assassins 15 years ago. So that Jack could be Jack the Ripper. Based on the weapons and things being...
More signs? What am I not seeing?
Being weapons they used and would learn to use in India. Right, what am I missing? I'm missing 1 clue by the looks of it. Kali a lot, aren't we? Nothing there. I'm missing 1 clue, I think. Ah, there's a clock.
Kali the Destroyer. I gave this to you on your last visit to India.
This you getting somewhere.
There's a woman who can help.
You're...
Fortunately, she'll remind you of our childhood neighbor. If the Ripper...
Unfortunately. What is Jacob trying to say? We loved old Nelly.
They spoil who Jack the Ripper is. We still... Well, they haven't really. We just know it was a young boy...
referring to an unfortunate woman.
Named Jack, who was taught by Evie and Jacob. That's not really his identity though, is it? We don't know enough about him.
Nelly may be in the brothel nearest Jacob's lodgings. I'll start there.
I take that. Right, our spikes are full, so we can pick up spikes to use them. I still don't get that though. I don't understand how Evie would use weapons that Jack the Ripper uses. Hopefully that explains that shortly.
Right, look sharp, lads.
Evie fear tools. Okay, it's now going to be explained a little bit. Evie discovered the Indian assassins' fear tools after following Henry Green to India in 1868. Jacob visited her there once with his new assassin initiates. Jack the Ripper and Evie use most of the same fear tools, but Evie's tools are not lethal. Calm enemies will become anxious when victim to a fear tool. Use another fear tool to then frighten them off. So, Jack the Ripper kills people, Evie Frye doesn't. Her tools are non-lethal. That's interesting. Hold L2, press R to throw a fear bomb.
This bomb will strike fear in their hearts.
There we go. On equip spikes. So she spikes him in the arm then, instead of essentially killing him with the spike. Definitely different to what we used to.
Let's hope this Nelly has news of you and can lead me to the Ripper.
Right, we're on the way to a brothel.
If Jacob's former pupil is the Ripper, then he is our Ripper. I must catch him.
So that would explain why she uses the weapons. So the fear weapons are from India. Thanks for the like, there was much appreciated. So yeah, they're all from India, where she went with Henry Green. Jacob took his initiates there to learn as well. So it does, that makes sense. It didn't to start with, but it does now. Okay. Investigate Nelly. There's 3 ladies we've got to go and speak to by the looks of things. Obviously enemies there to be aware of. And there.
When I get out, do you see it? Show me what you've got. You can do better than that.
Fear spike. I thought I should use one. We're here. I will scare them off at least. Right, let's go and speak to the ladies we're actually here to speak to.
One of these women must know Nelly.
That right.
Right, there's a lady here.
Pardon me, does Nelly work here?
Nelly?
Indeed, my dear.
Afraid I can't say.
Yeah, I wasn't too sure what you're saying, Nighthawk. Right, not her.
Naughty boy.
That's the one out in the back? There is one upstairs as well. There's one out the back. We'll speak to her first. Ah, so there's a person out here, not upstairs.
What do you want with Nellie? Who are you? If you're a friend, then you may already be too late.
Where is she?
On her way to see Lady O. In the company of the brutes paid to keep us in line. Hurry if you want to catch her.
Come nicely, Nellie. Lady O's expected you.
I don't want to. Let me go.
Sounds like she doesn't really want to go with them. It's like we've got to chase them down.
I need to find Nellie before something bad happens to her.
Okay, we can follow the carriage tracks. You miss so much going 7 to 11. It's just timings though, isn't it? That's the difficult thing of all the different people's.
Where did they go? Nellie is in grave
Different
danger.
time zones and things. We're still on the trail, although to be fair, I don't even need to really use Eagle Vision because we can see where we're heading. It tells us. Kind of defeats the point, doesn't it? Really.
There's the carriage. Nellie must be inside the building.
So we can recruit the prostitutes to help us distract guards as well. Location, I'm not too worried about locations in terms of... Ah, we're actually at the Kenway Mansion. To be fair. But yeah, I'm not too worried about that.
No doubt closely guarded and in mortal danger.
Why don't I come over there and teach you a lesson? I'm coming over and teaching you a... Now where's she gone?
We've got to frighten through. Are we frightened enough enemies yet? No. Frightened some, but not all. Still need one more enemy frightened. I don't want to obviously lose out on doing it, so let's do this guy. That should be 3 enemies frightened. No, that wasn't 3 enemies frightened. How's that work? Now that's 3 enemies frightened. Always make sure we get the optional objectives out of the way as soon as we can. Okay, we're looking for the entry point. Normal assassination, that one. So there's a couple of entry points. Let's see if we can use one to our advantage. There is. It's the window just here. Okay. That's the person we need to speak to downstairs. That is Nellie. There's a couple of things making that noise that tells me there's something nearby to pick up. There's one in here. I'm not too bad, Kathy. Not too bad at all. How are you? Thanks for the like for those. Much appreciated. How are they level 11? Oh, how are they level 11? Sorry, Godkey. I think that's just their starting level, to be fair. We're actually level 10. If you look at Evie's skill level, it does tell us she's already level 10. So you start as level 10, which is the max level anyway in the base game. So I'm assuming that's why. It's all based on what the max level was in the base game, I think. Disrupting the speech causes desynchronization.
So I am delighted to announce to you all today that we
Can't do anything with the. I guess so. Can we see? So skill points. Spend 30 skill points to reach your next level. 30. Okay. 2. Oh wow, they jump. 8. 10, 12, 18, 34, sorry, 24, 30. So there is a new level cap then. So the max level you can be in the DLC is 11. by the looks of it. So they have increased the level cap by 1. Right, we can't interrupt that speech.
Innocent victims of these uncertain times shall be offered a roof over their heads, a warm fire, 3 meals a day.
Do we just have to wait, or do we have to sneak our way in?
And support they need to regain a foothold in society.
Obviously, I don't want to. It says do not disrupt the speech. I think we need to get close, so I think we can't get seen.
Those of you in our charity allows all our girls an opportunity to pick themselves up. And
Okay, how to get close? So no killing people in front of them, basically.
Jacob's sister. We can't talk here, please. He'll kill me. She'll see to it.
who?
Lady Owers. Jacob said you must kill her to find him.
Jacob said we must kill her to find him.
Polite, or I'll tell the Ripper where you sleep, my beauties.
Does she really know the Ripper?
Evie Frye. Take Nellie and see to it that woman does not follow us.
Alright, we're about to get attacked then. We chase them down, or we got a fight on our
Where did
hands?
she go? That must be the carriage I'm after.
Stop the carriage. I hate the driving.
Come on! Gotta go.
I'm very close enough to go onto the roof.
Damn, I mustn't lose her.
Not losing her.
I'm in a hurry!
Ah, nearly had it.
Not again!
There we go. Hijack the driver. Oh, I found the optional.
Easy now.
How did I found? I thought I hijacked it. I'm sure it's that we found the optional objective, but I'm pretty sure I hijacked the carriage. Not sure about that one. We'll see what it does at the end of the mission if we did get it or not. Pretty sure it just went red though for some reason. I do still hate the driving in this though. Definitely not my forte.
Lady Owers. Whoa! Nellie, I'm so sorry.
She used me as a decoy and fled to Owers Manor.
Hoping I'd cause your death, no doubt.
She knew you'd come, Miss Frye. Lady Owers the Ripper's eyes and ears in London.
Kill her and Jack will be forced to show himself. Hey! I'll look in on you soon, Nellie, I promise. Lady Owers will be expecting me, and I would not want to disappoint her.
I think we know where we're heading next then. So, did we get it? No, hijack the carriage. We didn't succeed. Well, we did. So I don't quite understand how that worked. But we'll continue on. She looks so wrong. I know. Evie's face doesn't look right, does it? I know it's been a good few years. I think we're looking 10, 15 years, they've said. Since the main game. But even so, it is weird, her new look. So where are we heading next then? Where are we heading next? Nellie's social activities. Jack Ripper and Lady Owers' lieutenants terrorise the prostitutes of London. Help free Nellie and the other prostitutes from the Ripper's terror. Brothel attack, lost woman, walk of shame are now available. So Jacob
terror over the
looked
prostitutes
okay.
in London has to end.
Yeah, I thought he aged okay. But completely different to Evie. So, where are we heading? We're here. And we're heading to here next. Which is to go and see and kill Lady Owers. So on the way there, we may as well clear what we can. So, Woody Shinnings, wanted for murder. So we're going to kill... So these used to be Templar bounties. But they're not this time. This is someone who's wanted for murder. But we're near to it. We may as well go there first. Have a quick look at the database, just in case. I'm assuming we gained something on Owers, would be my guess. So Nellie. Okay, so we've got a little bit on Nellie, actually. I wasn't expecting Nellie. So she's a main character, but a little bit in her Animus database. Date of birth between 1863 and 1865, month unknown. Nellie was a lost woman, an unfortunate, one of the 1,000 prostitutes who plied their trade in London's most impoverished boroughs. Jacob had made Nellie into an invaluable ally, one who would be key to help and put an end to the Ripper's reign of terror. Jacob wrote in March 1888, I saw a brave girl today. She did not hesitate to defend one of her sisters working Dorset Street, racing up, screaming like a madwoman, and grabbing away the cane of a brutal client. I offered to buy them both a glass of gin. Nellie refused, so I brought us all some dinner and a frying pan, and Nellie and I have been friends ever since. Jacob's last entry in 1888 before his disappearance mentions only, I gave Nellie some money and told her to flee Whitechapel. Evie will find her, but I fear she'll go back to the Lady O looking for work, and the money runs out. The Ripper must not find her. You want to see me play Red Dead Redemption? It's on the list. It's down to you guys to vote for it once we finish Ghost of Tsushima, to be fair. Yeah, I have talked about doing it. We just haven't got to it, essentially, yet. But yeah, it's definitely something I want to do. Especially on the PS5, I think the graphics that would be amazing. I'm assuming it's been upgraded. It probably hasn't, actually, to be fair. The unfortunates of London during the Victorian era, being a prostitute was a sordid and dangerous undertaking, which only the most destitute of women turned to for their survival. Good evening, Earl. How are you? Oh yeah, definitely no plat. We're definitely not doing the platinum run. I did say that before about it. I'm not doing it. It's just going to be a normal play. But yeah, it's definitely on the list of something we've got to do sooner rather than later, to be fair, Goodkey. You've missed the start or the first hour of the DLC. That's what you missed. They walked the worst lit streets in London at night, often alone in places where the police would never venture unless there were 3 to 4 men strong. Between August 31st of August and 9th of November 1888, the brutal murders of 5 prostitutes were attributed to the one killer, Jack the Ripper. Rapidly, gangs of procurers took advantage of the Ripper's terror. The unfortunates had no choice but to ply their trade under duress and give up the hard-earned coin in exchange for protection. Now they had not only the Ripper to fear, but their new employers as well. It was high time someone stood up for the prostitutes and helped them retake control of their lives. And then we've got Annie Chapman. So this is the first person we just want to investigate their murder, didn't we? I think. Someone. It is very, very hot, Earl, isn't it? Well, here's where I am anyway. Vote for next. Red Dead next. It's one of the mystery game. If you want me to tell you, Goki, I'll tell you. But if you want it to be a surprise, I won't. Yeah, Ghost of Tsushima is the next main game once we finish Syndicate. Basically, the 5th of September be our first daytime stream after some holidays. The plan is to do it then, or start it then. So this was Annie Chapman, who was born Eliza Ann Smith, 1841 to the 8th of September 1888, and she was the second victim of the notorious unidentified serial killer Jack the Ripper. Born Eliza Ann Smith, Annie married her maternal relative. What? She married her maternal relative John Chapman, a coachman at All Saints Church in the Knightsbridge district of London on 1st of May 1869. Annie Chapman moved to Whitechapel in 1886 when her husband died. She lost any hope of income outside of prostitution in one of the many brothels run by Lady O, and her friends testified that she seemed to give up on life. Like Mary Nichols, Annie Chapman led a nomadic existence around East London. 4 or so months prior to her death, had been living at Crossingham's lodging house at number 35 Dorset Street, where she paid 8p a night for a double bed. 8p a night? Wow. We cannot know for sure that the woman killed by Jack Ripper was indeed Annie Chapman, or another of Jacob's assassin initiates, who disguised herself as a prostitute in order to spy on the Ripper. So they actually don't know if it was her or not. Oh wow, okay. It's going to take a bit. Yeah, we've got to wait till the Mail My Rye series finishes. And that's going to be a good few weeks. How much is 10? Oh, you mean 10p? Well, back then it was a decent amount of money. Now it's not, to be fair. Although you can't buy much for 10p now. You got to work from 7:30 AM to about 2:30 PM tomorrow, operating your forklift. Nice. That sounds like a good day, though. It's not too bad hours, is it? 7:30 to 2:30. How long does it take you to get there? What's the travel like? Okay. That's all we needed to read. Ah, we have got a skill. We've got our first skill of the DLC. It's not what I was expecting. The torturer impaled enemies take more time to collapse. Their screams will last longer or make some noise. The rage of the sound emitted by the fear bomb is bigger. Although we can't buy any of these. We've only got 1 skill point, so I don't quite understand why I said that. What do I do for fun? Gaming. I game for fun, to be fair. Yeah, I don't really... The things I used to enjoy, I obviously can't do anymore, so... Yeah, it's one of those weird ones. I can't do a lot of the stuff I used to enjoy, like going for a run and stuff, so... Yeah, I game, I suppose, is my source of enjoyment. Whether we're streaming or not, I just enjoy gaming in general, I think. 5 minutes. Oh, that's not too bad then. 5 minutes. Not a bad journey. Right, we're going to take them and drop them off at the drop-off point without being... Well, without killing them, essentially. So what we did with these missions normally in the base game is we kill everyone else and then take the target out of the way. With this, though, I don't know if fear's going to play a part, essentially. There's our target. Can I change to my knives quickly? Oh, he's moved. One was underneath the barrels there. Yeah, normally when we did these previously, we would... Actually, he won't actually get frightened. So you can't use fear on the person we're kidnapping. That's interesting. So, should I... Fear gas. It's not enough to get rid of them though, is it? Obviously that's the guy we need to deal with. Is he running? Oh come on, I just want to go and get it. The guy's running. I may have messed that up then by trying to use the fear more than I probably should have done. Run, run, run. Where's he gone? We've got to tackle him. We do want him alive if possible. Come on. We've got him. Right, I need a... Where am I taking him to? Over there. I need a carriage. Any carriages spare? Did I game before the accident? Yeah, absolutely, yeah. But not as much as obviously now, but yeah, I did. I would like to shove them in a carriage, but I can't see one, and we haven't got the skill that means they can't escape. We actually have to make sure we're pressing it whenever they try and escape. We don't have that ability anymore, which is really annoying. Right, let's chuck them in a carriage, make this a bit easier for ourselves. Shove him in. You do the same, do you? 25 minutes if you walk to job. Oh, okay. So if you drive, obviously quicker, but if you walk, a little bit longer. It's still not a bad journey, though. Not really.
Come on.
So if we escape the person, then we'll be good. If not, we have to take them out.
Easy.
Why can't I aim and shoot? There you go. They're down. Trying to aim, but I couldn't get it to work. We're okay. Right, we're here anyway. We can drop this person off. This guy was wanted for murder.
There you go.
There we go. First mission for Haveline out of the way.
Leave him with me. I'll see that justice is done. Thank you.
Thank you, Haveline. That's nice. Nice, easy one. I say easy. It wasn't particularly. The fear does make a difference. It makes life a little bit easier, to be fair. Right, we have a second skill point, so now we can pick a skill. It lied to us a minute ago. So do I want people to scream for longer, or the rages and sound of me while the fear bomb is bigger? Let's make them scream for longer. Thanks for the like, because much appreciated. Yeah, I'm going for scream for longer, I think. So, we got anything nearby? We are heading... Oh wow, we're miles away from where we've got to head now. I thought we was closer than that, to be fair. We literally had to drive a long way. We're going to go here. I want to continue the story, but while we're here, we might as well do these two. I want to get there as soon as we can, though. This is all Evie. Is that you telling me it's all Evie? Because I don't know. I've never played this. I've never done the DLC. Why is there a carriage just there? I'll borrow the carriage. We didn't really drive carriages between missions previously, but then we can't fast travel to anywhere. There's no synchronization point, so I suppose we've got to make the use of carriages where we can, really. We're going to do the brothel attack next and work our way towards the mission. Oh, I thought that was going to crash on me then. Didn't, luckily. The one-way street, my way. Lagging for some reason. Right, let's park up. We're here. Go and have a look from the eye in the sky and see what we can figure out. Well, we saw Jacob at the start and he's been kidnapped. Right, we can't let two prostitutes die. So, does that mean everyone else can die bar two? I also don't know how accurate I am now with knives. Not as accurate as I was, I don't think. Down in one. Here's the next person I need to deal with. So, don't let two... So, we've got to make sure no prostitutes... I think basically aim for none. I think is the aim. Right, I need an entry point. Walk through the door. I know there's a chest nearby as well. Yeah, so we've got to make sure the two prostitutes don't die. You can see this going wrong very quickly. I forgot how well Evie does fight, to be fair. Right, we saved that prostitute. She didn't die. I let her go. Don't do that. I was trying to free her.
Don't kill me. I meant you no harm.
I wasn't. I was trying to free you. There you go. She's free. I'm assuming she can just walk away. Is she heading downstairs? Okay. She's heading downstairs. We need to deal with her. Gotta save that prostitute. Run. Oh no, we did kill him. I wonder if we had. One prostitute's already died. Right. I haven't freed them yet. One prostitute has already died according to that. That counts as pretty difficult, to be fair. Oh, that's a broken arm. Right, you can free them, but I may hold off. I'll make sure the enemies are out and it's all clear. The only place even till the end. And I'm saying onion harvest begins. Oh, really? Oh, wow. 8 AM till 10 PM at night, 6 to 7 days a week. 6 weeks straight up. Wow. That's some hours and a half, though. Right, I'm not going to free him yet, because obviously one prostitute's already died. And I think it's because we freed her and she tried to escape. There's two out there. I'm going to quickly go and deal with.
There's a trespasser out! She's an intruder!
Nice. Yeah, it's those. What else have we got? I obviously don't want to release the prostitutes them all to die on their way out of the building. That would be silly. So, we'll go for the fear factor in here.
Stop her! See you coming there!
What? Okay, I think they can now leave, and I don't think we'll lose any more. I think we're safe now. And there's a few upstairs actually. Most of a few more enemies to deal with upstairs. Let's free these ones first. But yeah, I don't know where we lost the prostitute. That's the problem. Trying to make sure we don't lose two. So one more, we lose the secondary objective. Plus, you got $1 raise this year because I thought nice. Any pay rise is a good pay rise, isn't it? Right, I think I can free these two now. Well, this one before we head upstairs. Okay, so upstairs we've still got more people to free, and obviously we can't let the prostitutes die. I'm going back to knives, I think, for a second. So one of those can't be fearful. So we're going to be wary that one of them we can't spread fear to. Where's my way up? Here. This lady dies. Obviously, I think we found the optional.
Some woman sneak! Intruder!
Hey, you're down. Quick! Don't kill her, don't kill her! I think we saved her. So I think we have done the optional. I think that's all of that done. We've saved the prostitutes. Reminded me a lot about the child liberation missions, to be fair, from the base game.
Evie Frye, you have just signed your death warrant! Face me!
Please.
It's not quite over then. We've got to kill the leader.
Don't hurt me, miss. Don't kill me.
So the leader can't have fear used on him. Right, we took out the leader anyway. They are all now fearful. I thought it was going to triple kill there. Hello again, Teddy. How are you? I did say hello earlier when you first joined.
Anymore. Thanks to you, Miss Evie.
How are you, Teddy? Right, so that one was done. Prostitutes are free. Some nice rewards there. Nelly loyalty bonus. It's a lot of money very quickly, isn't it? I know everything seems to be quite expensive as well. Did notice that. Right, there's a chest nearby. Let's go and grab that while we're here. Out my way, please. Not in this building, is it? That front door this way. Yeah. We'll grab the chest and see if there's another mission to do on the way. Otherwise, obviously, focus on the main story where possible. But there's no point skipping things along the way. So we have got this up here. A walk of shame. How long we got? 40 minutes. Let's ignore the side stuff for a minute. Let's do a bit more of the story. We've got about 40 minutes, so I don't want to spend all my time doing side things and not really get much story done. I'm giving serious thought about asking the storage if I could be a crew boss. I seem to run the crew and drive falling apart if I'm doing long harvest trips. What? Just, well, go for it. You know, if you go in with the confidence, you never know what they say. If you can go in there and obviously talk about what experience or what you could bring to the job, that's what they want to hear, isn't it? So yeah, go for it. And definitely let us know how it goes. Well, I'm not taking it slow, I am trying to get there as quickly as we can. But yeah, You don't lose anything by asking, do you? That's the thing, and life's too short not to. We were quite away from this mission because the other mission took us quite a way away. No fast travelling does seem really odd as well. Because you'd think even a few synchronization points. There is a fast travel point there. How is there a fast travel point there? Just popped up on the map. We could have fast travelled. So it's got the original viewpoints. Why did I not see that previously? So I could have just fast travelled. I know I don't like fast travelling, but when you're just trying to get as much done as possible when it comes to main story and side stuff, that would make life a lot easier if I'd seen it. Okay. We are nearly there though. We've been doing Harvest for 9 seasons. Wow. I bet it's really hard work, isn't it? Right, so this is meant to be Lady Oa's house is where we're heading. I think it is. Yeah, it's Lady Oa's. So where's my start point? Although I say that, is she in? She's in the train station. So I've got to actually go and speak to him. That's annoying. Just going to see if we can stay high and take her out. The lady talks. Evie targets Lady O as in a manor northwest of London. If Lady O is truly Jack the Ripper's eyes and ears in the city, assassinating her should lure him into the light. Right, our first assassination, or proper one. Let's have a look at this. You know, that's the important thing, as long as you've got the knowledge. But yeah, you don't get anything, there's no bad side to asking, is there? That's the thing. It's all about confidence. So, we're about to go and try and assassinate Lady O to help the prostitutes, but also draw Jack the Ripper into the light. It's never going to be that simple, is it? Yeah, the PlayStation 4 loading screens are a little bit slower than we'd expect, but then I suppose we have it so good with the PS5, don't we? We're on a train. We're jumping off the train. So Lady O is obviously, he did say our house is northwest of London, so it makes sense we've got to use a train to get there, to be fair. Just can't go the whole journey. But, so that means that this, obviously, this area must be a one-off area by the sounds of it then, if it's separate to London. I'm hoping there's an opportunity to do a unique assassination like we did in the main game, because some of them were good. 1 or 2 were a bit rubbish, but most of them were really good. Can't seem to high stack though. Can't keep the bins in a straight stack. Your eyes are crooked. You can't be good at everything, though, can you? That's the, there's got to be some stuff you're not good at, surely. The fact you joke about it, you know, means that, you know, it's good though. Okay. What are they afraid of?
Why are you shaking? How quick?
Brutes. Brute enemies are immune to fear. We've already seen this. They will calm down. Oh, they calm down frightened allies they encounter. So you're meant to kill the brutes first.
Could she be?
Well, I can kill the brute first. With a knife. But to be fair, actually, no, we should do the brutal takedown. Because that will then fear the other two when they see it. They'll run away now. Bye, guys. A brutal takedown makes them run. So you want to aim your brutal takedowns on the brutes, basically. Brutal on the brutes, it seems. Don't die, otherwise you should. Oh, really? Okay. This is our vantage point. Be able to plan our attack on Lady O. So yeah, brutes have to be taken out first. Ideally, brutal attack, so they scare off the other guys. Oh, from the beginning of the mission. Okay, we've got to be careful. Gravedigger's diversion.
We're expecting Miss Frye. Alert the men and
Stealth opportunity butler.
We're still running a business. Come drain my wine with honeyed lips, and I shall tell
unique
you a
kill.
tale of
Thomas Owens.
love from the...
There's a unique kill. That's what we're going to aim for.
Get back to our guests. If Miss Frye doesn't slit our throats, the Ripper surely will.
Okay. So there's a Gravedigger for diversion, a butler for stealth, and then unique kill opportunity. Thomas Owens.
Do we know what this Friday looks like?
Just kill any woman lurking around the manor with a weapon. Turns out to be one of Lady O's girls.
We're frightened 10 enemies in total.
The Ripper?
Haven't you noticed? Whenever Lady O puts one of the girls out to...
There's a trespasser there!
I was hoping to frighten someone. There we go, we will. Another 2 frightened. Trying to get the optional done before we get too close to the house, I think. Six now frightened. We can get all the frightening done before we're in the house. It makes life a lot easier. They're all running away though, annoyingly. Good evening, Vincent. How are you? Before this mission was very difficult. That's why I'm trying to do the optional before we get too far in. Although I'm going to struggle, I think, now. Because this guy's already frightened. Or he's glitched, I think. I need more people to frighten. I'm missing 4. Right. What else have we got? Okay. Alarm bell. There's 4 people there. If we can make them frightened, that clears the optional very quickly, which is kind of my aim at this point. I just want the optional done, and then we don't have to think about it. I was saying that. I think it's too. Are they brutes or are they normal? What did I say? Did I say good evening or morning? I meant evening. It's night time where I am as well. I'm okay, thank you. Thanks for asking. Okay, we got 1 there. I want to try and do them 4 together. All it needs is a brutal takedown near one of them. Right. Second one. Oh, we're 1 enemy short. 1 enemy short of brutal takedown. Scaring, I'm sorry. I want this guy. Come here. Oh, I didn't want to kill him. That wasn't what I was trying to do. I wanted him to come after us so we can get the last... Oh, 10 out of 10. Done. So, we've done the optional objective, which I was trying to get out of the way before we got too close to the house. Difficulty mode. No, I don't think it does. There's not many Assassin's Creed games that do, to be fair. I'm no one, thank you. Okay, this is the Gravedigger. Is he dead? Oh, I was meant to frighten the Gravedigger, not kill him. Pressed the wrong button, so we killed the Gravedigger. It was only meant to frighten him. That's annoying. So we lost our way, our distraction, I think it was. There's lots of people here, isn't there? But that didn't work. I want the unique kill. That's the one I want to focus on, to be fair. It's very hot, isn't it? At the minute. It's hot here. I think it's hot everywhere, isn't it? At the minute. Okay. That one there, that's the assassination. That's diversion. Is it diversion or was that? I can't remember now. We want the unique assassination as soon as we can. No guards on the top of the house by the looks of things. So unique assassination's over here. Obviously we need an entry point as well. Can't see any guards on the roof. That's a bonus. Right, where is our entry? Just there. How many guards are here? A few. He's down. I know he was going to see it, that's fine. So he will wait there for a second. Take the headshot if I can. Come on, give him my headshot. He's down. And then we go into the house. Oh yeah, yeah. So the more recent games did have it, I believe. But yeah, the early ones, I don't think they did. Right, we need to kidnap Thomas Owers. I'm not here. You didn't see me. Obviously, I hope they hadn't seen me, but that didn't. My cover didn't last long, did it? Our cover's back intact again. Always nice to make sure your cover's still intact. Right, we're going to try and kidnap Thomas Owers. And then that will give us unique assassination. Oh, that's the butler. Butler. Spy and tail the butler. Where's... That wasn't the guy I was after, hang on. Where's my unique assassination point? Alright, upstairs. I'm not too worried about him, the actual butler. I want to try and get a unique kill. Who saw me?
She's not allowed.
I think there's a lookout trying to get reinforcements. They're down. Don't know if they called reinforcements or not. Yeah, someone on the stairs. I think that's all them dealt with. Okay, where's Thomas Owers? That's who we're going to try and kidnap. Being sick and stuck in bed is fun. How are you liking DLC? Yes, DLC was, I think the start of it was a little bit confusing because they didn't explain that much at the start. But now we're into it a little bit. It does all make sense. It all fits. I wasn't here. Oh, my target's running away. That's not helpful. Where's he running? He literally climbed down. We got him.
I'll gut you like a...
He won't gut me. Right, where are we heading with him?
I say, that's a bit rough, even for me.
Chambers are above us.
I don't think I know you, my dear.
Call me Atropos.
Something's happening.
The oldest of the three.
I don't want to hurt you.
So we're going to try and use him to do the unique assassination. I'm just trying to find the stairs.
Someplace
There.
private. I hear the lady has a lovely boudoir upstairs. Perhaps she'd like to join us.
So that's the plan. Unique assassination is kind of what the ideal way of doing these, because you get a different finish to it.
Why don't we surprise her?
The butler seems like it's an assassin. What, knowing all the little hidey holes and things. I can see that, yeah, absolutely. Where are we heading? We're still going up. Any more stairs?
We're going to take a walk, you and I.
Yeah, I can. If he knows all the secret tunnels, I can understand that, to be fair. I need more stairs.
All right, I said all right.
My husband's not being helpful, is he? There's an enemy there, so we'll be a bit careful here. Right, there's no stairs this way though, it doesn't seem. And that's all we need. Don't do that. I think I'll just brought his attention a little bit more than I wanted. Need to get him back. Come on, Evie, let go of his arm. Let go of his arm. Don't let him escape. So all this walking to try and get him up the stairs. And he decides to escape. I got him. But I did get seen at the same time. We're going to lose him again, aren't we? I can understand now why you thought this was Hull, though. As long as it doesn't go anywhere, we're okay. No! Oh, I killed the husband. I was trying to do, obviously, the knife on the brute here, and instead I killed the husband. So we no longer have a unique assassination. Why did she aim at the husband? I don't understand that. Okay, well we've lost the unique, so we might as well just go for it now, I think. Let's find a way up. That's really annoying that I killed the husband when I was aiming for the brute. I just pressed it, the quick fire, and for some reason we killed the husband, not the brute. A little bit weird how that reacted to that, but there we go, it's done. Right, I'm trying to find some stairs to get higher. Can't see any. Gotta be some stairs somewhere, doesn't there? That's an entry point. Okay, so guards there, so there's a corridor there. No way up above me from there. Where are the stairs? Ah, here. There we go. Didn't even see the stairs, to be fair. Yeah, that's frustrating. I was trying so hard not to kill the people we need to use, and we killed two of the ones we needed to use. But we can still do this. Take our time. And it was this way. There is a guy this way. He's on his own though. So we're not going to have the unique assassination. We'll have an assassination though. She's putting stuff in the fire. I think what we're going to do is run. You've seen this.
How did you get past my men?
Yeah, she's down. She wasn't really going to defend herself, was she? And stuff there. It's a shame we couldn't get the unique, but we got the assassination done in the end.
Miss Frye. I fear death at the Ripper's hands far more than at yours.
Why did she fear death? Well, it's probably the way he brutalizes people, maybe.
What have you done with these men?
The Ripper is entertaining them presently. Mr. Weaversbrook will be joining them soon.
They've kidnapped 3 of the 4 men on that photo. By the sounds of it.
Let us hope Jack has not found you yet, Mr. Weaversbrook.
And Miss O is now done. We've got to escape without being detected and steal a carriage to escape. What do we get from that chest? Brass knuckles from Kali with love. We'll have to look at those once we get out of here. To be fair, we've taken out the majority of the guards, so we shouldn't have that many issues, and stealing the carriage could be a bit tricky. Now, there is a chest that I've missed. So it's just there, so let's grab that while we're here. Chest is... oh, just here. I'm assuming on the map, it's just a small area here. What's that? I don't know what that is. There's a couple of those. We obviously want Do we want both Helix glitches before we leave here? I'm assuming we can come back, but I don't know for sure. So I suppose before we leave, we want both the Helix glitches as well, don't we? Suppose there's another 3. That just came up, so we've only got 3 of 6 of the chests. So there is more chests to find. Right, entry point is over there. That's the exit point for us as well, I think. Right, there's the carriage we've got to steal. Remember, we can't get seen. I was higher than I thought it was going to be fair, to climb up. I thought it was going to be a slow, a closer climb than that. So, we need to plan this without being detected. There's lots of guards, but again, we have got fear we could use. I think I've got hallucinogenic darts. I have. I think I'm too far away from that, aren't I? Surely that fire and hallucinogenic darts could do us the trick. That might take out a good few of the guys for us, the enemies. We'll grab the glitch while we're here as well. There we go. Yeah, I think if we use one of these hallucinogenic darts on the people near the fire, that would give us an easier time of it, I think. Can't do it from here though, can I? Problem is I need to be able to see the fire and be close enough. I think I might be now. There we go. So they should now fight each other plus some of the other enemies. We haven't been detected. That was kind of my thinking. We don't get detected. They kill each other. Happy days. I could do a brutal takedown. They are fighting each other. There is an option of brutal takedown there. But one brutal takedown isn't enough, is it? They didn't last very long, did they? Right, so that guy's down. The other guy came to fight as well. Survived. Can I get headshot? Just missed it. There you go, that's a nice headshot. Still not been detected. Don't I can do him from here though. No. So there's 2 left, there's 3 left to take out basically. If we can do the optional, I always try and do the optionals where possible. What about fear gas? I don't know how far I can throw this, to be fair. Oh, I can throw it. So 2 of them are now frightened and running away. The 3rd guy is still there. So I think we can do an eagle dive into the hay cart and then take him out that way once he's finished checking it, obviously. Come on, I'll stop checking the hay cart. There we go. We're into the cart. Actually, it was a bit slow, but I think we got it done in a decent way. I don't mind being slow as long as we complete the optionals where we can.
It's your 3rd fag this week. Bugger! Go tell Lady O.
You tell her. I need his job.
Go tell Lady O and find out what's happened to her. Go ahead. So other than killing the husband, and we also killed the other person as well, not the butler, the other one, the gravedigger. We killed the gravedigger and the butler, but we still did the mission, 100% completed. Good evening, Goated, how are you? So yeah, I think it's successful, and we've got a new gauntlet as well. We also gained a new brass knuckle we need to have a look at, to be fair. Oh, Jack the Ripper was there, in the background on top of the house. Did you see that? Oh yeah, no, goes it. Yeah, Jack the Ripper was on that house. That was weird. Fear in the background. It is. Your story so far, though, is actually quite interesting. The way this is happening. But we have to see how it goes as we go on. That's the thing. Come on. Loading screens are ridiculous. You forget about them on the 5, and then until you go back to the 4 for this, and yeah, loading screens are just weird. Now. I wonder if, because of the fast loading screens on PS5 now, if we get a new Assassin's Creed game, the Basson one, the little hints and stuff they give you that flash up, if the loading screen's that short, will we still get them? Because you won't have time to read most of them, will you? On long loading screens, and that's obviously why they do it, to give you something to look at during the loading screen. But on the 5, and I'm assuming the new Xboxes are the same, the load screens are very small. You won't get those little hints anymore, would we? Right, we're back into the City of London this time. We have got some database entries, and we've also got some new equipment. So weapon-wise, we're going to have to equip Evie with the new brass knuckles, which are from Carly with love. Exquisitely handcrafted with love from her Indian brothers. Nicely done. New knuckle dusters. We've got a new gauntlet as well for that mission. The lady is a tramp. Greetings from Oa's Manor. Better than what we're using, so we may as well use it. Ignore colours. We're not going to be changing colour for anything. Skill wise, we've got 3 skill points. So, show off. When you perform a brutal takedown, you'll be seen from a greater distance. Or we can do make some noise. We can't do that one. I think we should show off. That will help us. He's been following us from the beginning. He definitely has. But let's give this one, so at least more people see the brutal takedowns. And then, I'm not too sure what database is going to be. Okay, people, enemies. Olin Owers, aka Lady O. So we haven't read anything about her yet till now. So we'll have a quick read of this. We've got about 15-20 minutes left of the stream. So, date of birth 25th August 1847. Olin Owers, known to her many acquaintances and employees as Lady O, was born sometime between 1845 and 1848. In reality, she was born Mary Williams. She grew up poor and illiterate in the East End of London, but what she lacked in formal education, she more than made up with street smarts. It is believed Miss Williams was married to 2 men before moving in with the solicitor with good connections and deep pockets named Thomas Owers, whose name she subsequently took. Initially, Miss Williams had a fried fish and potatoes stall in the slums of Clement St. Danes, supplementing her income as a dealer in second-hand clothes before she hit on a more lucrative line of work, prostitution. While all London praised Lady O's efforts to improve the lives of the unfortunates of Whitechapel, Lady O was running brothels and recruiting the borough's destitute women in order to entrap clients by learning their secrets and taking compromising photographs. Oa's Manor became a hothouse of illicit activities, with the lady of the manor organising sumptuous parties and procuring women for, in particular, the scandalously permissive members of the Cannibal Club, an elite men's club associated with London's Anthropological Society. I don't know why I can't say that. Which was founded by famed explorer and Orientalist Sir Richard Francis Burton. I must note here that the members of the Cannibal Club were considered radicals and even deviants for speaking freely about sexuality in this most repressive Victorian era. Granting many of them were racist and British supremacists who traded in soft porn from the colonies. But when observed from a more modern point of view, Sir Richard Burton and his friends were ahead of their time, at least with regards to human sexuality. Sir Richard translated the Arabian Nights, 1001 Nights, and the Kama Sutra. This aside, by no means excuses the activities of Lady O or the class who took advantage of London's unfortunates. In a nutshell, Lady O was the devil disguised as Mother Teresa and one of the greatest con artists you'll never want to meet. Probably about right, to be fair. Right, let's have a look at the map. So we've got about 15 minutes left. Our next mission is all the way over here. Yes, we can fast travel. the missions aren't that long, are they? So let's go. We'll fast travel now. We can see where the fast travel point is. We'll fast travel there and try and get one more mission done today. One main story mission at least. I can't really extend too much, so I'm hoping we can get this one done. We will be back with Syndicate Thursday evening as well. We will have more to do. And as I say, I don't know how long this is. I know some people have told me it's not very long at all. There's still quite a lot to do. That's a long story. It was. See, her history is pretty long, isn't it? Most of them aren't that long, but that one, lot to say. But yeah, Thursday evening for more Syndicate DLC, and once we're done, we'll go back to earning the platinum on the base game anyway. Genshin Impact's tomorrow evening, for those that aren't aware, and Saturday evening is Detroit, as we look to finish it, I think, and talk about what game will be next for you guys to take control of. That's the thinking. Okay. So we're going to try and get this mission done before we finish for this evening. It is there. That is where we're heading. Hopefully it's not too long, otherwise we'll have an issue. Look behind and above you once in a while. Oh, because obviously he's following us, isn't he? Can't see him at the minute. Yeah, interestingly, he is following us everywhere though, to be fair. Well, I think we can just walk into the police station. I don't think they're going to stop us. Nope, all good. So we must be here to see Aberline, I would guess. Letters of intent. Evie searches the man in the photograph, the man missing from the people that we think have been kidnapped. We might see him behind him then if we keep looking around occasionally as well then.
Miss Frye, please tell me you found the Ripper.
Murder at Oa's Manor.
People continue to be murdered on my watch. I cannot protect you or your Brotherhood forever. Witnesses saw someone matching your description. I should lock you up.
Weaversbrook Publishing. The man from the photograph at the manor, he owns his paper.
Frye!
I will catch the Ripper, Inspector. But first, you must help me find Weaversbrook before he does.
This way. He must not be seen. I believe Mr. Weaversbrook has a residence near St. Paul's. Now go.
Aberline seems to be risking more this time. In the base game, he wasn't really risking that much, but now seems to have more on the go. Due to Evie's alleged massacre at the manor, police officers will now try to stop you from performing illegal actions. Evie can't kill innocent policemen. Use your non-lethal fear tools to disperse any police opposition. You caught him once, did you? That's quite a cool thing if that's not going on in the background, isn't it, though? He's not that far away.
Mr. Weaversbrook is my best lead. And thanks to the Inspector, the police aren't hunting for me yet. I must be careful not to anger or harm any policemen, if I want to keep them on my side.
Right, so no harming policemen. Gotta be a bit careful who we kill, essentially. They're only after us because of what happened at the manor, to be fair. And we did massacre quite a few people. Not intentional. We killed the gravedigger, we killed the husband, a lot of the guards, and of course Lady O herself. It wasn't all intentional. Okay, we'll get to this mission. Like I say, we are running out of time, but I want to see if we can get this done. If I can spot him anywhere. I want to see him now. I really want to see him just to see him following us. Right, we are nearly there. How are we for time? Gonna be cutting it fine. So far though, the missions haven't taken that long to clear. They're quite quick missions. Obviously we're only looking for someone, so it can't be that bad, surely. Unless, of course, he's already been kidnapped. Different story. He's always quick and always gets away. I think it's quite a good mechanic though to have that aspect in it, to be fair. Okay, he's in the auction house. Okay, I need to find a way in. There he is. We're gonna defend him. Remember, no policeman. What am I defending him from? Oh no, he's over there. I was looking at the green person, different person though, isn't it? Yeah, I was looking at a complete wrong person in terms of defending. Brutal takedowns, so I'm hoping to scare them off a little bit. Right, he's down. Right. Don't run away too far, I'm meant to be defending you. Evie likes breaking the arm, doesn't she? Better not run away too far. Yeah, the whole game feels more brutal than it did previously. Right, we defended him. It wasn't brilliant, but at least we got to stream, so it always cheers me up.
Stay away! He sees and
Thank you,
hears
guys.
everything.
My name is Evie Frye.
Is that
I'm
Spring
here
Hill
to
Jack?
Mr. Jacob Frye's sister?
Yes. What happened to these men?
Gone. Taken. Dead. Please. The Ripper has my son. He will kill him.
I will find your son and bring him home, sir. But first you must come with me. Now.
Okay, remember, police will stop us for illegal activity.
To the location where my son was last seen.
What can you tell me about the letters?
I showed the one signed Jack the Ripper to the police. Of the hundreds they had examined, this one rang the most true, and so we printed it. The yard was desperate. Still is.
They hoped someone would identify the handwriting.
He claims that Jack the Ripper has his son.
Then I received this.
You thought yourself very clever, I reckon, when you reformed the police. I see your little game, and I mean to finish you. Send your ears to your wife if you will. If you do, I will finish you. Yours truly, Jack the Ripper.
I published 2 more until Mr.
Ah, wrong button. I didn't mean to jump out. Is he driving that carriage or is he going to stop? I didn't mean to jump out. My finger slipped on the complete wrong button there.
I know only that they are
Come here.
real, and that the demon has got my boy.
My
Fear
fault.
is a powerful
Finger slip.
weapon. It makes us irrational and tears
Okay.
us apart. Jack
Can't go that
crafted
way.
those letters to do.
We're here. One of my reporters was nearly beaten to death trying to look into my son's
We're not here, not quite.
just up ahead on those docks.
I'll enter the docks then. Ashley tells us exactly where we're going. Got to see the mission through now. We started it.
Here
So
now.
we're not going to. Once we finish the mission, we will be stopping. If I start slurring my words, apologies in advance. I can feel the tablets already kicking in. That's the thing. So.
Whoa! Slow down.
We're here.
Wait here, Mr. Weaversbrook. I will be back with good news before you know it.
Okay, that is done. Don't let the lookout raise the alarm. So, where's this lookout? Where's my daggers? Several lookouts here. One down. Take everyone out. What's she doing? Right, it's two of those. We've got to spy on these people, so I think that's the lookout's done. I think we're okay.
Mr. Jack will be pleased. Who's next?
Some Tory bastard. One of Lady O's girls is taking care of him now.
I could do with a proper bit of jam myself.
Orders are to send lads to the pickup if anything goes sour down here.
Billy's watching the docks. He'll warn them.
I should scare some more information out of Jack's lieutenants. If I can find one.
Right, we're going to find a lieutenant and scare the information out of him. And again, don't raise the alarm with lookouts. There's a guy. Okay, I can see where the lookout is over there. So let's take out this guy over here first. Nicely done. I don't know if we need to take out as many of these people as possible, or what really. There's no brutes here though, so maybe fear gas. So we don't want to kill the guy, we just want to scare him essentially, don't we? Don't want to assassinate. Get more information. Don't know if we're assassinating or what. But that should scare a lot of these guys off. We're going to need to do that brute though. Right, the lookout hasn't raised the alarm as of yet. So are we just killing him? Yeah, we are. I thought we had to capture him or something.
Urgent visit to these Hulk prison ships. Right after I find Mr. Weaversbrook's son.
Right, we've got to find his son. My theory of this being a long mission is probably coming true. I can't stop halfway through a mission. So we've got to find his son next. We're nearly there. I do like the fear factor. I like how that works. It's definitely an interesting method to use. Yeah, it's one of those weird ones. I do enjoy the method. So if I use gas, I don't know if it does anything else to anyone else, essentially. Just in case. Let's do a brutal takedown. Try and scare these guys off. Yeah, they're gone.
Frye, your father sent me.
And he will reward you handsomely for your bravery.
It's you who should be commended.
With the fear in them. Trophy achieved.
Stop the Ripper?
My kidnappers call him Mr. Jack. I overheard them mention the Declan House, where I was to join other hostages.
Thank you. Be safe, Mr.
I think they were killing themselves, weren't they? Because of how much fear they were in. I think they were killing themselves. So we saved the son. That is mission complete. Don't let lookout raise the alarm complete as well. So we've got all the optional, or the only optional, and letters of intent done. The reason I came up here because I saw a glitch and was right near it, and that's also a save point. Weaversbrook associate activities. The Ripper still controls the newspapers in London. Help Mr. Weaversbrook convince other publishers to resist the Ripper's terror. Jack's lieutenants, the Ripper letters, and cargo hijack are now available. Yeah, I don't know. It's always been a thing with the PS4 for some reason. It's fine, obviously, if you have a capture card because you see what their screen sees. But yeah, it's just been a thing ever since I can remember on the PS4. I missed the actual shard I was trying to grab. I did. Completely missed the shard I was going to get while we're here. Okay, we do need to go to get away so I can get to a safe point, or just get to a safe place to stop. We are massively out of time. We wanted to finish the mission was on, which we definitely achieved. Before we get too far, let's get to the shop to make sure we get everything restocked. As I say, we are back with Assassin's Creed DLC Jack the Ripper Thursday evening. Refill all. Oh, treasure maps. Always like a good treasure map, makes life a bit easier. London tour guide and chests. We've got enough for both, so we'll do both. It's always nice filling your map up with loads of little symbols. There we go. 3 or 4 skills. Right, we'll have a look at skills as well before we finish. Skills. We've unlocked the fear propagation, so we either hold off for the 6s or we do the ones we can do now, which the only one we can do is this. The radius of the fear bombs is bigger. Probably worth doing it now, I think, and it's done at least. It still gives us 2 points towards some of the 4 skills that have 6s. So these final skills all need 6. The one mission just gave us, I think it was 3 skill points from one mission then. Definitely doesn't take long, does it? But that is it, I'm afraid, for today. That should have been an auto-save, I'm pretty sure. If I back out, that should start the save. There you go, it's saving now. Unfortunately, we are out of time, as I say. So far, though, interesting. I need to learn more about Jack the Ripper in general, in true history, and just see how it scales up. But yeah, definitely an interesting DLC so far. The fear stuff is a different way of playing. It does work really well, though. Better than I was expecting it to work when I first read it. And obviously we need to find out what's happened to Jacob as well. We know obviously Jack the Ripper is meant to be Jack, who was one of Jacob's recruits. And all the fear stuff comes from their time in India. So it all does fit quite nicely. There's nothing you look at and go, well, that makes no sense. At the start it didn't, but now we know more, we do. Wait for the next stream, like for real, and the next game, history, by the way. Thank you, Godkey. So we are back tomorrow evening with Genshin Impact, Thursday evening with Assassin's Creed Syndicate DLC, and the subscriber special, Detroit Become a Human, Saturday evening as well, and there is daily content on the channel as well. But that is it for today, I'm afraid. We are out of time. I am struggling to keep my eyes open, as always do around this time. So, as always, thanks to the likes, the views, the comments, and the conversation. You guys are incredible. Enjoy your week if we don't see you this week for some of the evening streams. Have a good one, and hopefully we'll see some of you for Saturday evening. That is the plan. The same as history, by the way, it's so good. So yeah, that's it. Yeah, I did say it would be quite an abrupt finish. I can't really yapper on for too long. Thanks for the like, that was much appreciated. So as always, thank you, all of you. Have a good week. If you're free, join us Saturday evening. We'll have a good one, and we'll see you all soon, I'm sure. Thank you all for watching. Bye bye.